So the two sections that we're going to talk about in this video are special instructional factors and the profile. So section 2, special instructional factors. This has to do with behavior, limited English, blind or visually impaired communication needs, like a speech goal, assistive tech, and specially designed physical education. So if you have a goal in any of these areas, and remember, behavior doesn't have to be anything, that you can think of right when you think of behavior. It can be, work completion kind of goals, on-task goals, all those kind of fall under behavior. Then you're going to want to mark yes. If these are marked yes, then the team knows that there is going to be a goal addressed in section 6 and specially designed instruction in section 7. So again, communication needs, it's not just for the deaf or hearing impaired. It's also if there's a speech goal. Right? We get a lot of questions from parents for that. So section 3, the profile. This section is where you're going to get any kind of that background information. This is not a compliance area. There's not areas that you absolutely have to have on here, but there are areas that, at least in my district, that we kind of keep a general, we kind of keep all the same things and all the goals or all the IEPs that we write. So in the profile, if you're going to use any data from the ETR, do not copy paste it. You're going to summarize that information. Don't include disability categories. Don't include any diagnoses. Do not include any kind of percentages in the profile at all. Generally, what you're going to have in this section is a statement about the child. So we use the acronym PINS, preferences, interests, needs, and strengths. And you can kind of list those all out. Background educational history. So this just talks about what the school year looked like for the child before this year. What kind of information do you have about how they qualified for services, when they began those services? You might say something like, the child has been receiving tier 1 or tier 2 support since kindergarten. You can put in here like how many minutes they received services up until this IEP. So 5 times a week for 30 minutes in a small group. That's where this kind of information is going. You can include medical, a statement if there's a diagnosis or anything like that from the parent, vision information, hearing information. You can also include a statement about those special instructional factors of section 2. You can put, the student will receive assistive technology. That will be addressed in section, the section where assistive tech is. You could also say something like the special instructional factors on this IEP, the student has needs in the area of communication that will be addressed in section 6 and 7 of this IEP. Again, these are just real brief statements. You can have the gen ed teacher include a statement, progress in the gen ed curriculum. So how are things going in the regular ed classroom? If you have an older student, grades 6 through 12, you might include their grades. For younger students, you can kind of make a summary of their performance. I always like to ask the gen ed teacher to give me the statement to include it in this area. What supports do they have to give them in the classroom? Any kind of accommodations that they are giving them, you can include here. And then the results of recent assessment of skills or the results of the ETR. These can be, short, concise summary of the findings, almost like a table of content. So, student qualified to receive direct instruction in the areas of basic reading, math, communication. These will be addressed in section 6 and 7 of the IEP. So again, the profile, this isn't where you're going to put percentages. This isn't really where you're going to put any kind of, specific information regarding IEP progress, anything like that. It's really just a summary of information.